Hey there, little snowflakes. It's me, more than a girl, aka Sydney. And this is going to be part 3 of things I don't understand about Therian and Otherkin. But I'm changing it from things I don't understand to things I'm curious about. Because after receiving comments on the first 2 parts, I'm starting to understand uh, better why therians and other kin do things like wearing collars and giving their kin types names and things. And for the most part, it seems like all of this is done as a personal preference and really isn't like a rule, obviously, of being like you don't have to name your stereotypes, you don't have to wear collars. It's just a thing that a lot of therians and other kin like to do, if they're even if the stereotypes are wild, um, and they know that it wouldn't wear a collar and they wouldn't have names, but they just do it. They just do it to either because they just feel like it, or and they like how collars look and they like having like a special therian name. But yeah, for the most part, I'm figuring out that it's mostly just personal preference. But for the few therians and other kin out there who actually give their stereotypes names because they feel like their stereotype came to them in a dream and said that that was their name, and they wear collars. Well, I don't know. The collar thing is just seems mostly like a preference thing. So part 3 is why do therians and other kin wear tails, especially like foxtails and coyote tails when they're not foxes or coyotes. Now I'm a wolf therian, among other things. I do own several tails, and I wear them. Um, Mostly just because I think it looks cool, and usually wearing a tail will trigger a phantom shift, so that when I take it off, I'll feel like I'll still have a tail around, which is cool. But what I'm wondering is like, why does a cat therian wear a foxtail? Or like, why does this like horse therian wear a coyote tail? Like that doesn't make sense. Like again, if it's just like, oh, I think it looks cool, so I'm gonna wear one, or if they're like a cat and a wolf or a coyote or fox or whatever, that makes sense. But if they're like just like a stereotype that is not a fox or a coyote or whatever, or a wolf, or something that would have a tail similar, because I know it's really hard to find tails that look exactly like your stereotype. But come on, they sell cool little cat tails online and like at Halloween stores and stuff, or you can make one. So like, why do you have a foxtail? And again, if it's just, oh, I think it looks cool, that's fine, that's great. But like, if you're a cat and you wear this foxtail because it makes you feel closer to your stereotype, that doesn't make sense. It's a foxtail and you're a cat. I mean, shouldn't you be wearing a cat tail? Or it's even weirder when it's like an animal that doesn't even have a tail. Like, I'm a turtle. Well, turtles have tails, but like little scaly tails. And like this turtle is wearing a foxtail because they think it makes them feel closer to their turtle stereotype. How does that make sense? They're a turtle. So, yeah, someone explain that to me. Like, I don't know. I've only met like one otherkin in real life, and they're not a turtle, and I've never seen them wear a tail before. So, like, I don't really know any therians that are like a turtle or something, but I have seen therians who aren't who aren't any of these things, who are like a cat and a fish or something, I don't know, and wear a foxtail. So put in the comments, like, do you think it's just mostly just a preference thing, or do you think these people are like, do you think they're under the impression that you have to have a cool foxtail thing to be a therian, and if you don't, then you're not really a therian? I mean, yeah. Post in the comments. Let's have a discussion, shall we? Okay, well, that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and most importantly, stay special, little snowflakes. Bye!